Both Edward and Jordan's journeys would be challenging in old Beetles. Edward was heading down the west coast, through Washington, Oregon, and the length of California.
Yeah, I have never driven this far in my life. This is the longest journey I've ever made in a car of any kind, and it's phenomenal. It feels adventurous.
Jordan planned to drive the old Route 66 through Texas, New Mexico, and Nevada. He'd been working hard to prepare his Beetle, Ingo, for the journey.
I got new engine in, I got everything bolted up, whatever, it was all ready to go. I fired it up and it's like, yay, and it ran. And then it just started dumping oil all over the place, and I'm pretty sure it's the, I couldn't see it, but it was coming from about where the oil cooler is. So I'm bringing this, Trans Am. His name is Todd. It's a good car too.
Jordan seemed disappointed having to take his Trans Am. Too young to appreciate the real star of Knight Rider, he was nonetheless keen to meet Edward.
I'm anxious to meet the guy. Yeah, I'm just guessing, you know, but he seems to be, you know, very outspoken about everything, you know?
Hey, look at this guy, look at this.
He seems to sort of flaunt, you know, his car obsessions and things, you know?
Wow. That is really sexy.
He's been with a lot, he knows a lot and things like that, you know, so I'm sure at this point he's very used to the idea, you know. He's more comfortable with it than I even am, you know.
Look at those tailpipes. Oh, I mean, it's a part of the body, but it represents the car's anus in more ways than one, and it's just like having anal sex with a car. The final ecstasy is just about when you're ready to explode with love, you just place it in there, maybe grease it up a little with some lubricant. It's fantastic. The sensation is unbelievable.
Jordan traced his mechaphilia back to the gradual association of cars with sex, in the absence of anything else to arouse him.
My dad used to have a Volkswagen he had out front. And, you know, a lot of times when my friends weren't around, I'd hang out by that car. And just like the little, sort of face the car had, you know. The fact that I liked it anyway, I just talked to it some, you know. Once I got into my teenage years, since I'd already hit puberty and I was already having these sexual urges anyways, it just dove towards the only thing I had that kind of a passion for, which was cars and light. So, you know, my incredible, just natural attraction to cars, plus that, could have very well been the main switch that clicked, and it just came together.
As the journey with Edward progressed, the terrain became more remote.
There are moments way out in the middle of nowhere where I see a little car parked, and I swear to God, it just like needs loving. To me, it's just an extended form of masturbation. Of having an orgasm with something they find beautiful.
Our overnight stop was a motel made of converted railway carriages. We had noticed Edward eyeing up our hire car along the way, but now something else took his fancy.
I think it's lonely. How you doing? You lonesome out here? Who's your owner? We didn't know she'd be here, right? There must be an owner around somewhere. Not bad. Bad at all. I'm gonna go Betty by.
Is your sex life mainly masturbation?
A lot of it, yeah. I mean, yeah, they're, you know, between my car, you know, yeah, I have had sex with them, but, well, there's pretty much any way you can really find. I mean, the attraction alone is halfway there. Any sort of sexual interaction is sex, you know. Some people just like to, you know, rub themselves or whatever, like within the creases of the car or something, or just hug it or sort of make out with it and stuff. There's some people who just flat out like to fuck their car in the tailpipe, you know, which that works. I mean, hell, I've heard of people that have weird fetishes with all kinds of things. Some people probably like to have sex with toasters, you know. I'm not sure how you would do that, but some people probably do.
Edward was an early riser.
She's gonna go for it, he's going for it.
Unaware that we were also up, grabbed the opportunity to get intimate with our car.
Hey, good morning, Vanilla. How you doing, kiddo? I slept great last night. I'm sure she did. Give her a little loving before going to bed.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, she liked that. I'm just getting some smudges, love smudges off of her.
Some of the long seed.
Yeah, yes. She loves it all over her, that's for sure.
You lift her hair. Can you see?
That's probably from my head.
I was wondering about our car, because you seem to be growing in fondness, really.
This one has a nice form in the face, and the more I look at it, the more I appreciate its sensuality. Yeah, growing fonder all the time of the shape and form and masculinity of the face and the sheer roundness, everything, yeah.
Edward had grown used to seizing opportunities for sex. We had our backs turned for just minutes filming these shots. But when we returned to our car, we found this shot. We were surprised by his audacity, but there was much more to come. We were about halfway into our man-car love odyssey. Jordan had cast his cares away to drive his battered Kit lookalike, Todd, to California. The trouble was, he'd forgotten to tell his employers at Walmart in Springfield, 900 miles away.
They're already going to be pissed